be clear about facts, and some may have challenges in some areas. So maybe we can just have the floor open now for people to just let me know which area they feel they will need help so that we'll concentrate more on where more people want us to dwell on. Well, your mics are muted. Just in case you want to talk, you have to unmute your mic because we've had several lectures. I want us to, well, maybe also to let us know that the area I want us to focus on are the ones taken by Professor Lateju, Abi, the QT, the other professor, not Obamiro, Professor Lateju, I think. So the
Yes.
areas was, yes, they asked us to draft questionnaires, submit for people to fill, collate the questionnaires back, do our spreadsheet, summarize the spreadsheet. Then the data from our spreadsheet is what we're supposed to use to get the mean, standard deviation, correlation, then regression. So those are the areas that I kind of prepared for. So in that line, if there's I mean, I just want to get feedback and know which area you people have a challenge so that we can take it from there.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, please, the area you just mentioned, I think is the most important area, please. Those areas that you mentioned, the mean, the mode, the correlation, all those, how to get it from the spreadsheet. I think let us just dwell on those particular areas. I think that's for me.
All right, thank you, sir. Any other suggestion?
Same thing with me, no. From the scratch, same thing because we joined late. Same thing, thank you.
Okay, then do we know how to do the spreadsheet, or you want us to start from there? Have you done your spreadsheet?
We can start from there, please.
That would not be fair. Some of us started late. Some of us joined late. So the issue of before we get to spreadsheet, you have to let's start from the main topic.
Collect data.
Okay, so maybe because it's a lot of. Maybe I'll just. Sorry, I didn't hear that. Someone was saying something.
But this spreadsheet you talk not be waiting, you know. Yeah, you go give up questionnaire. People go fill the questionnaire. You go form a spreadsheet. It's not your business service.
Okay, so
we can never understand this if you're not. And it's not something you apply in your business. It's research. It's research.
Okay, so this is my suggestion. I'll just glance through some parts, then we'll focus more on where the calculation starts, mean, standard deviation, correlation, and so on. However, the parts before that one, I'll glance through. If you still have challenges, maybe when we get to class tomorrow, we can discuss it. Sunday will still be there. And of course, today will not be the last one and only tutorial we'll have. So we can still have next week. So we'll take it like that. All right. So the QT, Professor Lateju, asked us to come up with our hypothesis. And of course, he said I will advise we mute ourselves. Then if you want to talk, you want to say anything, you can unmute at any point in time and go ahead. Because I'm also a member of the class, so I may make mistakes. So if there's any part you want to quickly keep in something at any time, please feel free to do so. And also, I also joined late. So at the point when it was giving the first assignment, I only listened to the recorded parts too. So I'm just saying this just in case I missed something, so I see what is not very, very correct. Feel free to correct me, please. So for the questionnaire, I said we should draft a research questionnaire, and it will have one dependent and one independent variable. So because I know in class he actually corrected one that had maybe 2 dependent variables and 1 independent or something like that, but it should be 1 dependent and one dependent and 1 independent variable. Then from there, we are supposed to come up with 1 indicator each for each of those. Well, I mean, 2 indicators for dependent, 2 indicators for independent variables. So that makes it 4 indicators in all. And each indicator should have 5 questions. So 5 questions per indicator for 4 indicators makes it 20 questions that we should have on our questionnaires. So when we administer of course, the questionnaire will have the biodata section, that's section 1. So once we administer the questionnaires, we get them back. And once we have our 20 questionnaires back, that is when we're supposed to proceed to our spreadsheet. So for the spreadsheet, let me look for one and project that so that we can use that as a basis for our conversation. Okay, so I'm showing my spreadsheet now. So can you please confirm if you can see my spreadsheet? Can anyone see my spreadsheet?
Yes, I can see.
Yeah.
I can see the spreadsheet, yeah.
Okay, very good. Thank you. So the spreadsheet has the first part says respondents. Respondent, we have 20 questionnaires. So we have 20 respondents. Okay, so that is where we start from. Then we'll now have the first question we have on our questionnaire is sex. So sex, we have male or female. That's why we have sex. Next, after sex, we have education. And education, we have primary, secondary, polytechnic, and university, 4 of them. Next one is marital status. And the last one is religion. Those are the questions we have on our questionnaire under biodata. So now, since we have sex, just male and female, 2 of them. So we have decided to say, okay, male is number 1, then female is number 2. So we are just giving numbers or coding each of those ones. When it comes to education, we have primary as number 1, secondary as number 2, polytechnic coded as 3. Polytechnic coded as 3, then university coded as 4. There's a background noise there. Let us mute ourselves, please. So we have each of those ones with numbers assigned to them. So that means if you pick your questionnaire, if you pick one questionnaire now, and you look at it under the biodata, if you look at sex, what did the person choose? So if the person has selected male as sex, first questionnaire you are holding, male is 1, female is 2. So if the person selected male, then that means under sex here, for the first respondent, it is number 1. The next thing is education. if the person has selected polytechnic, that will be number 3. So under education, you put 3 here. I have 4 here because the person selected university, which is 4. That's why I have 4 here. So if the person has selected primary, that means under education here, you are going to put 1. Same thing applies to marital status. So we have we have single as 1, we have married as 2. I think we have divorce and maybe others. So we have about 4 options. They're under marital status. So number 1 is single, number 2 is married, number 3, I think divorce, number 4, others. So under marital status, with that one questionnaire you are holding, the first one, whatever the person has filled. So if the person has filled divorce, that would be number 3. So under marital status here, you write 3. If the person feels single, under marital status, say you put 1. If the person puts married, under marital status, say you put 2. So that means for this respondent, the person feels married. That's why 2 is here. The same thing applies to religion. So religion, we have Islam, Christianity. I don't know which one comes first, but it's exactly the same thing applies. So we are just doing one questionnaire at a time. You keep going like that. So when you are done with the biodata, then you now have your questions 1 to 20. So those questions 1 to 20 now, you will know that is an addition of 5 indicators. 4 indicators. One indicator has 5 questions. The second indicator has 5 questions. Third indicator, 5 questions, like that. So what you are going to do now, your questionnaire has an independent variable and another dependent variable. So for the independent variable, we have 2 indicators. For the dependent variable, we have 2 indicators with 5 questions each. So that means the first set of questions you have on your questionnaire, the first 5 questions you have are the first indicators, which has 5 questions under your independent variable. Question number 6 to 10 will fall under your second indicator, still under independent variable. So that means if you have to divide those questions on your questionnaire, those 20 questions, you have 10 first questions under independent variables, then 11 to 20 are the dependent variables. So you will now say, okay, your independent variables are X, dependent variables are Y. So we're going to have X and we're going to have Y. That means the independent variables that are X, we're going to have X 1 to 10. And then we can also have Y 1 to 10. But we are not going to number them as 1 to 10. We need to distinguish between each indicator under the independent variables. So that means the first 10 questions that are independent variables will now be X1 and X2. That means questions 1 to 5 will be X1. Questions 6 to 10 will be X2. If we now move to question 11, that will now be Y1, will be questions 11 to 15. Y2 will be questions 16 to 20. So that means we have divided them. All your questions are dependent variables, independent for the first 10. And those first 10, we can divide them into 2, indicator 1, indicator 2. So instead of saying indicator 1 and indicator 2, we can as well categorize them as X1 and X2. So now, still holding the first questionnaire now, we need to now analyze the question. Is someone trying to ask any question? Any question? All right. So still holding the first questionnaire. Okay. Question number 1, like I said, falls under X1. So we now have, if you look at mine, we have X1, X1, X1 up to this place. If you look at the light green, I have X1, X1. So under X1, I have question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4, question 5. So that means we can say, it can as well read as X11, X12, X13, X14, X15. Those are the ones under indicator 1. Then if we move further, we now see X21, X22, X23, X24, X25. Okay. Pardon me, this, I made a mistake. I shouldn't even have. Let me quickly correct that format. Sorry, I want to quickly just change something here. Okay, so I'm finding it difficult to really change, but what I'm saying now is from X21, X22, X23, X24, X25. This is where indicator 2 ends. Okay, X. Then the next one starts with Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4, Y5. That is where indicator 3 under dependent variable ends and continue like that. So to now analyze it, your first questionnaire, the first answer there, under your independent variable, question number 1 there, under your independent variable, whatever the answer is, whatever the respondent has chosen would be either strongly agree, neutral, disagree, or strongly disagree. The person would have chosen one of those answers that you have given them. And those ones are also coded. So we know that strongly agree is number 5. Agree is number 4. Neutral is number 3. Disagree is number 2. Strongly disagree is number 1. Those are the coding. So if you look at your question number 1, let's assume the person has filled neutral. That is what the person filled as number 1. So under this place, X11, what you put here as neutral will be what? Number 3. If the person has chosen strongly disagree, that means what you have here will be number 1. So you go to question number 2. Question number 2, what did the person select? Let's assume the person has selected strongly agree. That is 5. So you write 5 here. If the person has chosen strongly disagree, the answer or the coding for that one is 1. So 1 will be here. So we'll just continue filling it like that, one after the other, till you get to the 28th question. Okay, so by the time you are done, that means respondent number 1, you have filled the biodata, you have filled 1 to 20 questions, and they are coded here under respondent number 1. It can take some time actually, but it's worth it. If you rush it, it's easy to just make mistake when you are trying to write 4 or 3 or 2, and you can just mix it up. And whatever mistake you do would affect everything as you go on, because everything Professor Olateju is teaching us is following up on what he has taught previously. So the data we have here is very important, because this data is what we are going to be building on. And because this data, now by the time you are through with this spreadsheet, each one of us will have something totally different from the other person. The figures will be different. So that means whatever answer I'm going to get as standard deviation or mean is going to be different from what you will get as your standard deviation or mean. Okay, so that is why it is really very important we get this clear from the very beginning. So once we are done with first questionnaire, you drop it, you pick the second questionnaire, and you start the same thing again. So for the second question, you put sex, education, marital status, religion. Then the questions just like that. That's how you do it, one after the other, till you will do the 20 questionnaires. And if for any reason you have about 22 or 23 questionnaires, just ensure that the 20 that you have used, keep those 20 together. The extra ones, you can discard them. because later you may decide to look at the questionnaire, and in your selecting, you may go and select the 23rd questionnaire that you never used in the first place for your analysis, and that will affect the whole thing again. So just ensure the 20 you have selected that you have used, you keep it together. If there's any extra, you can discard those ones. So this is how to fill the spreadsheet. Is there any question at this point before we move on?
Good evening, sir. Does it mean
Good
it's
evening,
only 20 questions we are going to, only 20 questionnaire we are going to distribute?
Yes, ma'am. According to Professor Latte, you asked us to distribute just 20 questionnaires. And just to also add, they said our hypothesis should be in our own area, in our field of profession, because that is easier for us to get data. So and then before we go ahead to share it, about 20 questionnaires. Any other question? Okay, so that is how to prepare the spreadsheet. So once this spreadsheet is prepared, like I said, this spreadsheet is very important we get it right, because once this one is prepared, every other thing we are building on what we have done here. We are just building on this, okay? So after doing this spreadsheet, he asks us to summarize it. So I'm just going to stop sharing this one and open the summary. But okay, maybe before I go to that, to how to that one, I can use this one to explain quickly. Now the summary, as you can see here, we have quite a quite a number of data here. So I'm just going to summarize all these ones to be about 4, okay? So that we are not dealing with this one anymore. We are going to make this one shorter, then we begin to deal with the summarized one. But okay, let me just open that. I think it will be easier to explain from there. So I'll stop sharing there, open that one to share. Okay, so over here, this highlighted part now, please, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
we can see it.
Okay, thank you.
We can see your screen. Yeah.
So this highlighted part is just exactly what we have just done. The spreadsheet is the same thing I have here on Excel. Okay, exactly the same thing, nothing different. So by the side, next to it is the summary. Please confirm if you can see the highlighted part here. The one I've just highlighted. That's the summary.
Yes, we can see.
Okay, good. So now here we still have dependent and independent variable. Okay, but you notice that on the spreadsheet we have independent first, then dependent second. But on the summary, I have dependent first, then independent second. I think, I'm not very sure, but we can confirm again in class tomorrow, or if anybody can correct me. I think Professor Lateju said we should put dependent first, then independent next. I think he said that, but I'm not very sure. But however, we can confirm that tomorrow.
I think that's correct.
Okay, thank you, sir. So now, what he said we should do is like we are finding average of some of those things we have done. So for instance, we are starting with let's say first respondent, okay? Still the first respondent, indicator 1. You know, the indicator 1 has 5 questions, and those ones we have analyzed them. We have done indicator 1 going to indicator. So I just use colors just to make it so that it's easy to quickly distinguish them. So now I said indicator 1, all these figures, 5 figures here, he said we should add them together, then divide them by 5. The answer we get will now be our x1. Okay, so that means under independent, these independent variables is what is x. So under x, we now have x1 as indicator 1, and we have x2 as indicator 2. So that means when you come to the summary, that's why we have under independent, we have just 2 indicators, x1 and x2. Okay, so let's use this one for example. So if I add this one, 4 plus 4, 8 plus 4, 12 plus 4, 16 plus 3, that makes it 19. If I divide 19 by 5, it will give me 3.8. So that 3.8 is what I have here under my independent variable, the first indicator, 3.8. Is that clear?
Evening. No, it's not clear.
Okay, I'll just explain again. So, like I said, I've just used colors to distinguish the different indicators. So under the questionnaire 1, the respondents, the first 5 questions, we'll add them together, divide the answer by 5 because there are 5 questions. So again, we said 4 plus 4 equals 8, plus 4 equals 12, plus 4 equals 16, plus 3 equals 19. Equals 19. 19 divided by 5 is what?
19 divided by 5. That is 3.8. 3.8.
Very good. So that 3.8 is under my indicator 1, independent variable. So I'll come to independent variable and put it under indicator 1, 3.8.
Hello, Prof.
Yes, sir.
I think what is confusing some of us is the transposition.
Okay, the position. Okay, okay, don't worry. Okay.
Quantitative analysis.
Okay, don't worry. Can you still see the screen? I've changed the screen now.
Yes.
It's the same question. No?
Yes.
It's exactly the same thing. So let me forget about the arrangement now. Let me just even delete whether indicator, whether dependent or independent. So what I want to do is let me start here. Equals to, I will add the first 5 together. The first 5, we're adding them together. So we are saying 4 plus 4 plus 4, that is 12 plus 4, 16 plus 3 equals to 19. So equals to 19 divided by 5. Enter, 3.8. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Very good. So I'll move to the next one. So I will just highlight that we have done these first 5. I'll highlight that one, because that is one indicator on its own. We can't do 2 indicators together. So we'll do the next indicator now. So the next indicator is going to be 3 plus 4, 7 plus 2, 9, 9 plus 3, 12, 12 plus 3 equals to 15.
15.
Yes, so I'll just come, I'll say equals to 15 divided by 5.
3.
Very good. So that
3.
is 3. As simple as I've done that. So that is 3. So we have done this one too. I'll change the color slightly just so we won't mix them up. So I'll move to the next one. The same exercise, nothing is changing. We'll just add them up. By just adding them up. And it is 20 divided by 5. The answer is 4. I'll put 4. So I've done the next 5. I'll just color it again. Then remaining the last 5. So it's going to be 4 plus 4 plus 4. That is 12. Plus 5. 4 to 17.
17.
Plus 4.
21.
Yeah. 21. 21 divided by 5. What's the answer?
4.2.
4.25.
4.2.
4.2.
4. So that is just it. As simple as that. Let me also color that. So that is just it. You can see that we have done the first questionnaire, this first respondent, we have done it. We have summarized it. That is the summary. That is what he wants us to do. If you remember in class, we used an example he did that I gave 1 to 5. And I said, go and do your own 1 to 20. If you remember. The example I said, go and do your 1 to 20. Good. So that is exactly what we are doing. So what we have done in the first one is what we will do in the second one. So that one will just start like this again. We'll add it up and divide it by 5. So the answer is 2.6. We'll move to the next 5. We'll add the 5 up, divide by 5. The answer is 4. I'll put 4. Then go to the next one, add them up, divide by 5. The answer is 3.8. Then the last 5 again, add them up, divide by 5. The answer is 4. It's because I'm using Excel, so I'm seeing the answer. It's not that I have it in my brain. No. So I'm using Excel. So we'll just do everything like that. So let me just say, if you want to use Excel, it is the same. Once you do the first one, you can just highlight and drag it down to give you. Okay, man. Let me quickly do some equals to. I just want to put formula to quickly do it, so that makes it. Oh. Just a minute. I say still the same answer. It's not changing. I'm just putting formula to make it faster for the whole 20. So that we won't have to be doing it one like that. So, so this is the summary now that we have here. We have done the summary for our spreadsheet. This is the summary he wants us to do. So now remember that x x1, x2, x3, x4, x5 up to this are your independent variables. Okay, so let me say independent, and the next one is dependent. dependent. Okay, so under independent, we now have indicator 1 can be your x1, then indicator 2 will be the x2. Under dependent, indicator 1 will be y1, while indicator 2 will be y2. Any questions so far? Okay, so I assume no question. So we have just summarized the spreadsheet. So the only twist is the fact that Professor Latoji now said that these dependent variables, which is y, which is y1 and y2, he said the ones that want to be done first, while the independent will not be done second. That is just the only thing. So that is why what I have here is a little bit different. So we have dependent variables first before the independent variables, but don't let that one confuse you. It's just that he said, okay, instead of doing 1 to 10 first, do 11 to 20 first, then next to that, now do 1 to 10. That is just the only difference. Any question? Any question?
Okay, let me ask this question, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, sir.
You're welcome.
Sorry, how does for the purpose of exam,
yes, sir.
How will the question come for the purpose of exam?
Yes, sir, I don't know. I'm also a student like you. We're in the same class. I'm just explaining.
I'm just thinking if they are.
I've just explained what he taught us. But he actually said that this our assignment, that is his own exam. I think he said that in class, that we are just coming with everything. So that means he wants us to print everything, all the 20 questionnaires. You have it. The spreadsheet that we have just done, you do your spreadsheet, print it like that. You have the spreadsheet. You do the summary, okay? You print it out. And that is where we are, the point we are now. So he wants us to do everything. So we'll keep it in an envelope and bring it to class. So if I got him right, I think that is what he said. He said he's not going to set any serious example, that the assignment he has given us, he just wants us to bring everything to class. And that is our exam. Although they have been sharing some past questions, I don't know if they've shared any for him. Me too, I've not really gone through all those ones, but I'm just focusing on the calculations he taught us in class.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing that one so we can continue. But I hope we're all on the same page up to that point. So the next, after, I mean, after the assignment that we should do the spreadsheet and that we should also do the summary. If you remember, that was when the next class we had was when they started calculating the mean and the standard deviation. And the data he used, he got it from one of us in class that day, when the person said that the questionnaire statement is around education and displacement. If you remember very well, that was where we started from. So, and he now gave us a summary, just for five respondents in class that day. So it gave us indicators for displacement, five of the summary. It gave us indicators for education, 5 of those. So it was just those figures that I used in calculating the mean and the standard deviation. So for the purpose of this tutorial now, I don't know if do we all have those figures. If we all have those figures, we can use that one to calculate now, so that once we get it, you calculate and you still get that same figure, then you know that you will now use your own data to go ahead and calculate your mean and standard deviation. Because if we use my own data that I have here tonight now, if we use it to calculate the mean and standard deviation, if you want to calculate it again, there's nothing to use as a comparison to know whether you have gotten it right or not. So if you don't mind, we can use those set of data you used in class, those 5. Or, I mean, just give me let me know how do you want us to go about so that we can use, I just need data that we can use to calculate the mean and standard deviation.
Please, let's use your figure, please, sir. Let's use your figures.
My own figures.
Hello. I think using his figures, you will not even have the basis for it. I think if you use the example that the lecturer, the prof used, and we understand it, then we can apply it to our own spreadsheets eventually. Because after this lecture, you are not going to have access to his figures. And so you won't be able to trace if you understand it and you can do it correctly. I think we should use the example, those figures he used, and once we understand that, we can apply it to our own spreadsheets.
Yeah. Okay. I think
Though it's going to be 5 figures here, but in our own case, it's going to be 20 figures.
Exactly.
That we'll be dealing with. Yeah.
Sir, hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to support that the earlier speaker. Let's use your own, and let's just, that is, by the time we get how to calculate it, as you are doing that, I would suggest that all of us that we have our spreadsheet with us, that we should just be going in the same process. That one will assist us in the long way, that even though when we are alone, we can practice and then get it right. Thank you very much.
Man said we should use Prof. Olateju's own, not the man's own. Professor Olateju's number.
Please,
hello, madam. Hello, doctor. What Professor Olateju choose is one of us data that he used on that day. If I could recollect it. You get it.
And we all have that figure.
I'm in support of what Mr. Rashad said. Let's use the own figure so that you understand it very well.
So that means that if he has to use those figures, it means we have to wait for him to enter it onto the system for us to start.
It won't it won't take time anyway.
Please, let's use your fingers, sir, so that the thing will flow. Let's use your fingers.
Okay, let me.
Hello.
Yes,
sir.
Sorry,
if you use those Professor Olateju's figures, please use them so that we can key in properly.
Okay.
But what we are seeing, I think we should use. The one is using, and we are seeing them right in front of us. Let's flow with what the figure have been giving us. Why do we have to use figures that are not in front of us?
No, the figures Professor Olateju used in class, it's not a lot. I can quickly put it together. Why I think we should use his own figures is the fact that what he taught us in class and the answer he got, okay, if we use his own figures now to calculate and we get the same answer that he got in class, that to an extent proves to us that we are right, that we're on the same page with him. Okay. But if we use my own figures and we arrive at an answer, whether the answer is correct or not, we are not even sure. You understand? We'll just assume that it should be okay. But if we use and we get the answer he got in class, that means we are on the same page with Professor. So when we do it like that, and we get the same answer as what he got, we will now go and apply it to our own. So with that, we'll know that if we can get the same thing he got in class, we can still do the same thing for ourselves and get the right answer.
We are all looking for accuracy mark here. I don't think it's good. Let's understand the thing. Let us use the man's figure so that you understand it. Accuracy figure, I don't know. Last week, they don't award anything to it. Oh, that's the truth.
I'm almost through with putting his own figures together. We'll just use his own figures. And after using that, if we now want to do another figure, we can use my own. So there's nothing wrong. We can even do two. Okay, I will just share the screen now. I have it ready. Okay, please confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can see it. Yeah. Good.
Is it,
Very well.
Is it bold enough?
It is. Yes, bold.
Okay, great. So if you have those figures, please also confirm. Let's just be sure we have it, because if I make any mistake, we won't get the same answer. I think it should be correct. I think it should be correct. So, okay, let's just go ahead, because they asked us to draw bar chart, but I don't think that will be much of an issue anyway.
Yes.
But if anybody has any concern with that, we can quickly look at it in class tomorrow.
There's what?
The bar chart.
Yes, where? Okay, we'll put it later. I'm using it first.
Okay, so we will now use this one to calculate the mean. Excuse me. We use it to calculate the mean and the standard deviation. So do you all have your calculators and probably a notepad so that you can actually do it yourself? We'll do it together.
Yes, we have a calculator.
So whoever gets a different answer will let us know. We'll do it again. That means that something must have gone wrong. But if we do it together using the same figure and we get the same answer, then we are fine. So it's just for us to write the steps involved. We'll write it down and follow it step by step. I wrote it down too.
Can you? Is it possible you take us through the process of applying the calculator? I mean, the initial steps.
Yes, we are doing everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We will
Thank
do
you.
it together now.
That's why I have
We'll do it together now. That's why I asked if we all have our calculators and our notepad.
Why axis is the independent axis? Have we?
Independent, depend on the variable. Most time you make the
if you
the y is normally the dependent of, and x are the variables. X is the variable.
X and y. Which one is independent?
The value of y depends on x.
Excuse me, let's have a class, please.
Let me
Just
quickly
like
explain.
y equals 2x plus 2.
Let me quickly explain the dependent and independent again.
Hello.
A very simple way.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Okay, so the easiest way, it's usually X and Y. X and Y. And if you look at your questionnaire, it is the independent and the dependent. That is the natural way it has flown. So in your questionnaire, you have the independent before the dependent. So it is X and Y. So independent is X, dependent is Y. So since independent is X, that means we have X1, indicator 1 is X1, we have X2, indicator 2 is X2. We have Y1 and we have Y2. So independent is X, while dependent is Y. So what we have here, we have Y and X. We have the dependent and the independent. And that was why in class they said we should switch it. Switch as dependent, then independent. All right, are we together? So we'll start the calculation. You said the first thing we'll
Sorry,
do.
it's not clear. It's not clear, please.
Sorry,
Please,
there is hand up. There is hand up.
Okay, good.
Thank you, Governor.
Hello.
Go ahead. The person
Hello.
that raised hand can go ahead, please.
I raised my hand.
I was the one that raised my hand.
Okay, two hands are up. So maybe they say ladies first. Permit me.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. Apologies that I had to take us back slightly, because I was thrown out at some point. I got to the point where we had the average of the different indicators, and so we had X1, X2, Y1, Y2. So at what point, was it the average of X1 and X2 that then gave us X, or how did we then arrive at X and Y? Apologies.
Okay, so a quick run through. I'm flipping through on my screen. I hope you can see this part.
Hello. Let me quickly add what.
Okay, sir. Second question, can go ahead.
Yeah, let me quickly add. You see, extrapolating all these figures is not the issue. Hello?
Go ahead, sir. We can hear you.
Hello?
We can hear you, sir.
You, sir.
Hello?
We can hear you, sir.
Hello?
I think it's his network.
We are hearing you.
Hello?
Continue speaking.
He actually cannot hear us.
Hello, are you with me?
Yes,
I'm with you, sir.
Yeah, what you say, my own issue is not with the figures, nor the chart. That's why I said maybe we should have started from the beginning.
Well, started from the beginning now.
This is more like the beginning from the questionnaire part. I'm not sure his network is very good. Maybe he can't hear us well. Okay, let me quickly address the summary part from the spreadsheet. So, madam, what we did, as you can see, this part is highlighted 1 to 5. So that means those are the first 5 questions. So what we are doing is, on the first questionnaire, or on line 1, the first respondent, let's put it like that. The first 5 questions, you add them together and divide by 5. The answer is what you have here under indicator 1. That is like your X1.
Yes.
The next 5 questions are like the X2. You do the same thing, you add them together, divide by 5. You have your indicator 2. Okay, sir, you are back. You can go ahead, sir. Hello, sir. Can you hear us?
Hello.
Continue. He can't hear us. Continue.
Yeah, I'm with you now.
Okay.
My own issue is from. Hello.
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Just go ahead, sir.
The issue is how do you decide what is independent variable and which one is dependent variable? The issue is not about the questionnaire or extrapolating the figures.
Okay.
From
just have to
the topic you picked,
from the
how will you be able to? Beautiful, because the moment you can do that one, all these ones will flow.
Okay, good. So can we use your own hypothesis? Can you tell us what you have as on your questionnaire? So I'll just use that one. If you have it there with you.
No, let's use yours. I don't have anything with me here. I want to listen all through. That's why I didn't hold anything. You can use what you have. Let us just see how it flows.
Okay.
You know, they started lectures before some of us joined.
Yes, you are right. Okay, so the thing is, the one we used in class, I can't remember the question very well, but it said we're like checking how. Can anybody remember that? The one we used in class so that we can use how to explain.
Hello, sir. That is why I suggested earlier. Hello, doctor. That's why I suggest that the way you have bring this thing down, getting all these 4 indicators, at least the 2 and the dependent and independent variable, and putting it in that sheet. Using your own will have made it more easier for us to just continue the way you're doing. You will get it, because for some of us, we don't have these details. You understand what you're saying?
The same thing. It's the same.
We don't
it's
have
just for
these
us to
details of
understand.
displacement and education.
Okay.
That is why I said, like the sheet one you use now is very clear and it's highly understandable. Sincerely yours. But by using
like
this,
I said, don't worry, we can still to balance it up. We'll still use mine. So let's just use both.
Okay.
So that all of us will be happy together. So we'll use mine as the second one. We'll do this one as the first one. But what I have here is titled Influence of Employee Benefits on Job Satisfaction. Influence of employee benefit on jobs. That means job satisfaction is influenced by employee benefits. That means job satisfaction is influenced by the benefits the employees get. So that means job satisfaction is influenced, is dependent on the benefits the employees get. Is dependent on, so that means the benefits is independent. The job satisfaction is what changes depending on the benefits. So mine is influence of employee benefits. As someone said, that influence, that means how employee benefit influence job satisfaction. So job satisfaction is the one being influenced, is depending on employee benefits. So it's just, we just try to look at it, and that's why I said 2 variables, one dependent, one independent, how one affects the other. So it's just like saying how study time affects the performance of students. So that means when they study well, the performance is likely to be better. So that means performance of students is the dependent variable. Study or times or hours, the hours of study is independent. I hope you are getting me, sir.
Yes.
Or saying, for instance, that how patients are faithful in taking their drugs affects recovery rates. That means if they take their drugs properly, it will affect the rate at which the patients will recover. Recovery rate is now dependent on the patients taking their medications. So the patients taking their medication is dependent. Independent one is the taking of drugs. So that is the difference between dependent and independent variables. Are we clear, sir?
Thank you. I appreciate what you just did now.
Okay, sir. So that is what the difference between dependent and independent variables. So now we want to do the mean and standard deviation. We'll use the figures that they gave us in class, and we will also use the figures that I have. We'll do 2 calculations. And once we do this one, then we can then go ahead and use our own figures to practice and to do the assignment. Okay. So first one is the mean. So like I said, it's good that we write it down. Even the steps, we'll follow we'll write the steps down. We'll do the calculation together. Then we'll arrive at the same answer that was arrived at in class. So we are starting with the mean, then we'll do the standard deviation. They're almost the same. So the first thing, like our dear Professor Lateju will say, clear your calculator. And how do you clear calculator? That is shift mode 1. Then you have memory clear. Shift mode 1, memory clear. Do we all have memory clear?
Mine is start clear.
Some of us have stats clear.
No problems. Now, if you have start clear, listen, if you have start clear, press mode, you will see 1 and 2 comp and complex, something like that.
Yes.
So press mode, so press number 1. Once you press number 1, it is clear. So now start again. Do shift mode 1, memory clear. You should now have memory clear.
Yes, I have memory clear now.
Okay. I hope we are all on the same
page. Yes, I do too. Yeah.
Hello, sir, Prof. Mine is
Please, I have complex. So,
I'm not Prof.
Complex or something.
Press number 1. Press 1.
Shift.
I'm your classmate. I'm not Prof.
Start clear.
Oh.
I have start clear.
You have start clear. Press mode. If you ask me, press mode, you see comp and you see complex. So press 1 for comp.
Okay. Okay.
Do it again. Shift mode 1. You should have memory clear now.
Shift mode 1. I have memory clear.
Mine is start clear.
So listen, if you have start clear, listen, just press mode. Then press number 1.
Okay. Okay, nobody cleared me.
So then press shift mode 1 now to have memory clear. I want everybody to have that memory clear.
Hello, sir. Mine is different from your own calculator. Me, I use shift 9, then clear all with 3, and then press AC equal to AC to clear all.
Okay.
It's different from your own.
Don't confuse us. But I have no confusion with
I'm not confusing you. As I'm pressing what he said, it's different from my own.
Please. It's made in England. Not made in Nigeria or made in China. You know, all of us will be the same page, man. Thank you, doctor.
Those for programming. All right. So since we all have memory clear now, I just write it down like that. What you have done, shift mode 1 equal to memory clear. Write it down like that. Therefore, maybe as a bracket in case of anything, if it's not memory clear, then press mode 1 just to come back to memory clear. So you can just know that, so that later when you are practicing, you can just follow this and you won't miss it. So since you have memory clear now, the next thing Prof said is press mode 2 times. Press mode 2 times and stop there. Press mode 2 times and stop there and tell me what you can see.
SD1, REG2, base 3.
Fantastic. So are we all on that page? We can see SD1, Reg2, base 3.
No.
Are we all on the same page?
No, what I have is DEG1, RAG2, and
GRO3. Yeah.
Some are supposed to press the mode just 1 time. Depends on the calculation.
Okay. So to be on the same page, if you have SD Reg, stay there. If you don't have it now, what happens is we need to see SD and Reg, at least those two, SD and Reg. So if you can see SD and Reg where you are, fine, just stay there. If you cannot see SD and Reg, then maybe press your mode until you see SD and Reg.
Okay.
Hello, hello.
At least I can see SD and Reg now. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Okay, so if you can see SD and Reg, if you have pressed 3 times, you will be pressing 3 times. I don't know how many times you press. Whatever you press is what you will be pressing to get to SD and Reg.
Okay, comp, SD and Reg.
Just as you can see, SD and Reg, stop there. Whatever you have pressed that got you there, write it down.
Sorry, hello, hello.
Yes,
If
Chief.
SD is giving you and the reg is giving you 3, am I right?
It doesn't matter what number is there. As long as you see SD and you see reg, just stop there.
Yes, because I'm saying
Mine is,
reg 3.
So we are good. No problems.
mine is different. Mine is D1 red 2 DRA3.
Say that again. What do you have as one?
DEG1 LAD2 GRA3.
So you are not on that. So still press the mode until you can see SD and you can see reg.
Mine is totally different, sir.
Sorry.
Maybe
What,
the
the
calculation
person
and the
that
calculator.
just spoke, my own was like that before.
Look for the right
He needs to
calculator.
press,
Look for the right
he needs to
calculator.
press mode just once.
Okay.
Okay,
So can you try that? She said you need to press mode just once.
When he has seen memory clear, he shouldn't press mode. He should press just one mode. That's how my own was before.
Okay. So, sir, please try that and let us know if. You may need to start all over again. Or maybe you should just press shift and mode 1 to have memory clear. Once you have that, you now press your mode once and wait. If you can see SD, just stop there.
He said another thing. Comp 1 SD2 Reg 3.
Yes.
Good. Yes, fantastic. You are there.
That is okay. That is okay. That is what I have here too.
Okay.
So whatever you have done to arrive there, write it down so that you won't forget. Next time you want to practice, you just follow that exactly the same thing you have done.
Hello, doctor. Mine is one is like Matthew, second one Lineo, then the third one is DEG, DEG. The fourth one is RAD. Is it the one you are saying?
No, ma. Just press your mode once. Check what is written. If you will see SD and reg. If you can't see it, press it again. It is SD.
I want to suggest people will go for simple calculator. I bought 3 before I got the right one. It's cheap, 7,000. So I think it's easier to go with the one the lecturer is using. And that goes.
What is the name, please?
It's Casio.
Casio, yes. Or if you have a kid that just did WAEC.
It's not expensive, just 5,000 or 4,000 naira.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so
Prof
much.
actually told us not to buy expensive one.
Casio FX 991.
He said so. He said just simple one. Casio FX82 MX.
991.
But if your calculator is still not getting it, just write the process we are following down. So once you get the right calculator, you follow that process. So by now, all of us should have SD and reg at least, or let me say most of us will have that. We are there.
Well, I have 3 items here: SD, reg, and base.
Exactly, yes. Most of us have it like that, but I just want to be sure that we are on the same page. So the next thing now is, it is that SD that we want to use. It is the SD that we want to use. So whatever number is under your SD, for most of us, it will be number 1. In case it is number 2 on your calculator, that is what you are going to press. So SD, whatever number is underneath it, if it is 1, now press 1 and wait and stop. You should have your calculator should be on 0, but just leave it there. Don't press anything again.
Yes.
Okay, good. That means we are all on the same page. Your calculator is on 0. Don't press anything. No. It's on 0. So at this point now, we want to store the figures. We want to store these figures that we have in front of us. Okay, so the one we are going to use is the displacement. I will highlight it for you. It's displacement that we want to store now. Okay, so what we are going to do is very simple. As it is now, we will now press this figure. I mean, this number 1, we'll press, just listen, we'll press 4.8, then memory plus. We'll press 4.2, memory plus. 3 ahead like that. So let's do that now. So we'll get to 5. Don't make any mistake, just press the figures exactly as you can see. 4.8 memory plus. Then move to the next one.
4.2 memory plus.
3.8.
And 3.8 memory plus. 4.1 memory plus and 3.9.
So once you do that, don't press anything again. Once you press
N5.
the last one, that 3.9, and you press memory plus, you have your N5. So
Yes.
you all have N5.
Yes.
Equals to 5. So our advice, you write it down again, that you store the figures. 4.8 M plus, 4.2 M plus. You can
I'm lost too.
Yeah, don't worry, don't worry. Don't worry. But others, please, just do what that's, write it down. So madam, this is what we are going to, you will start again, but we have still not gone far. So what you will do now is press shift mode 1 and go back to memory clear. So shift mode 1, go back to memory clear. Are you there at memory clear?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So next thing is we want to look for SD. So press your mode. I don't know if it is once you press before or 2 that you press before. Press the mode, and when you see SD, just stop there.
Okay, I've seen it.
You've seen SD?
I've seen SD, reg, and base.
Good. SD, is it number 1 or number 2? What number is under SD?
SD is number 1, reg is number 2, while base is number 3.
So it's SD we need. So just press number 1. Just what you have written down before. Just follow that step. So at this point now, you need to store the figures. And that's what we just did now. So you just press 4.8 memory plus. The next thing, you press 4.2 memory plus. So just do the 5 now, so that you arrive at n equal to 5 like others.
When
you get to N5, let us know, because we
I've pressed 3.9 memory plus, and it showed me 5.
N equals to 5, right?
Yes, N is equal to 5, yes.
So write it down. What you have done, write it down, so that subsequently you can practice on your own.
Okay.
You have N equals to 5. So now, what we have just done, we are going to be repeating it often, all right? But now let me just write again. You can now write mean equals to, or to calculate mean now. You can just write to calculate mean. But don't touch your calculator. You're writing down on your notepad to calculate mean. That's what we want to do next. So you can just write it. Maybe before you press your calculator, write it, press shift, then select 2. Just write it down. Don't press it yet. You can just quickly write it down. That to calculate mean. The next thing is press shift, select number 2. Just write it down. So let us press now. Let us do that now. So on our calculator, we press shift just once, nothing will change on your calculator. Then we'll press 2. So once you do that, you will have number 1, 2, and 3 to show x like something n, then another one like that. Do we all have that?
Excuse me.
I have
After pressing
X bar 1, maybe omega x2, then x3.
Excuse me. Excuse me. After pressing shift, it remains n is equal to 5.
Then press number 2.
Okay, number 2. Okay, thank you. Oh yeah. Thank you.
You are there now. Okay. So are we all there now?
Yes.
Yes.
So like I said, just write it down. So the one, that x bar is actually the mean. Mean is what we want to do. When we do mean, we will now come back and do the next one, which is x like something n, x something n. That is number 2. We'll now do that one as the standard deviation. But for now, I just want us to understand the process. So what we are going to do is to select number 1 now. So you can write it down. Okay, select number 1 in bracket. You can write that x bar, and that is the mean. Okay, you select number 1 in bracket, put x bar. That is the mean. You select that one and type equal to. So select number 1, then equal to. Just write it down.
Okay. If I may get you right now, if it gave us all this bar, mean 1, standard deviation 2, and all these 3, what we're saying now, we should press 1 and press is equal to.
But I say you should just write it down.
No, we should write it down. Press
that's what we're going to do.
And
sorry, say if we press 5, when we have N5, we will press what again?
Okay, when you get to N5, press shift just once. When you press it, it will look as if nothing has happened though. Then you now press number 2.
Number what?
2.
2.
Yes, sir.
Okay. No, after pressing selecting 1 and equal to, we have 4.16.
That should be what we got in class. Is that the answer we got in class?
Yes, that's it.
That was it. Exactly. Yeah. So have we all done that? We'll select 1 equal.
Yes, sir. Madam, you get 4.16.
Yes,
exactly.
I got 4.16, so I bought my calculator in Nigeria.
Okay,
already
that is good one. That is good one.
Please, I should press. I should select 1.
And press equal to.
Wait, ma. Before you select it, do you have the X bar on?
Yes.
That is under number 1. So select 1 and press equal to.
I should press 1.
Equal to, yes. Press 1. Press equal to.
Okay, 4.16. 4.16.
You have passed the exam.
Hey, thank you, sir.
Like that.
So that is the mean. Don't press the calculator. Just leave it as it is. But you have just calculated the mean. All right. But don't press the calculator again. So the next thing now is to calculate.
Sorry, please, I need your support. I need your assistance.
Okay.
Please, doctor, please, I need your support.
Go ahead, sir. I can hear you.
I mean, sorry, I had the call because I'm using my phone. So I was able to get up to N5. So please, I'm trying to understand how to navigate further.
You got up to N5. Did you say you got up to N5, please?
Can we please
no
mute?
Okay, since I can't hear him, so just right now, the next thing is to calculate standard deviation.
Sorry, I got up to N5. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now. You got up to N5. Very good. That N5,
Yes.
As you have N5, you press Shift once, just press it once to appear as if nothing is happening. Just press Shift, then press number 2. Then tell me what you see after that. Press Shift, press 2.
Okay, I have X bar 1.
Very good.
I have X N.
Yes. So just write it down. Write it down before you do any other thing. Write it down. That what you press, write it down. Press Shift and 2 to arrive at X bar, X something N, and the third one. All right. So the next thing now is that X bar is mean. So at X bar, is it 1 that is underneath?
1, yes.
The next thing is press 1 and press equal to.
Okay. 1 equal to, yes.
So tell me your answer.
4.16.
Yes, that is where we are now. That is very correct. So that is the mean. You've gotten the mean.
Okay, thank you. Thank you
now
very much.
We are now taking it a step further. We want to calculate the standard deviation. Don't press anything on your calculator. We are still using the same information you've stored on it. So next thing is standard deviation. All right. So to calculate the standard deviation is very easy. So just write it down. You can write, you press Shift and 2. Let me check. I think it's the same thing anyway. So you press Shift and
sorry, please. So we said if you press the mean, you press what, please? I'm trying to write it down, please. Don't be offended.
You just press equal to, mean the equal to.
The mean. Okay, thank you.
So the next thing is standard deviation, quickly. So next thing is standard deviation. So you press Shift, then number 2. Just, I'm saying we should write it down. Shift, then number 2. So let's now do that. For the standard deviation, you press Shift, then press number 2. It will go back to that page where we.
I'm seeing 1, 2, 3 to that page. Yes.
If you're on that page, you are good. If you're on that page, you are good. So Shift, then number 2. So standard deviation is that like X. I don't know the name of that thing again. They told us in class the other time. Is it mu or whatever?
Mu, yes.
So X mu N. That is the one that represents the standard deviation. So on most of our calculators, it will be 2 that is underneath it. So you just write it down. That you press Shift, you press 2, then you select X mu N in bracket 2 equals to. So you can just write it down. That you press Shift, you press 2. It will now come up with where you have X mu N number 2. So you select 2 equals to. So now let us do that. You select, press number 2, then press equal to. That is the standard deviation. Press number 2, then press equal to. And tell me what you have.
0.3498.
I think that is the same thing we got in class.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
What do you call it? 0.349.
49857.
Yeah.
So that is the standard deviation.
You press Shift and you press what?
Equal to.
You press Shift
equal
and 2.
Press Shift and 2.
And 2. Then you see those 3 things again. 3.
And you press 2 again.
Okay, thank you.
Select 2 again and press equal to this time.
So
and now you have 0.349857.
Exactly. So that is the standard deviation. So is there anyone that did not get 0.3498? Did anyone miss it?
Sir, Dr. Patrick hand is up.
Sorry.
Our calculator is going to do.
Okay, please. Sorry, sir. Before we have Dr. Patrick, my governor, you will have to help me because I'm sharing my screen. I'm focusing on that. I'm not really looking at the other distance, so I may not see. So once you see any hand up, you can please let me know. But however, since we are all doing this, so anybody can unmute and talk at any point in time if you have any question. Please go ahead, sir, Dr. Patrick.
Sorry, I actually, sorry, please don't be offended. I'm asking. I just want to get the final lap of the standard deviation. If you get if I'm in the mean, the xn and xn minus 1. So if you press, what do I need to press? I press shift.
Select 2 and press equals to.
Okay.
Sorry, press shift.
2.
Okay, press 2. Okay.
And
equal to. Okay. Yeah, I've gotten it. Thank you.
Okay. Sorry, I am having 0.3464, not 39. Others, I think others have 0.39. I'm having
0.3498.
3498. Chief, maybe it must have been a typo error along the line. So
okay,
what you do, since you know the process, just do it again. Do it again, because if instead of 4.2 you put like 4.1, it will likely affect the result eventually. So just use the figures and redo it.
Okay.
So are we all good up to this point?
No.
Yes, sir.
No, we are not all good.
Tell me now, where do you want us to?
Yes. When I got that x1, x on 2, then x on x n minus 1, 3, I got lost from there. So I need to take it again.
I should have told us since now. Okay. So
sorry,
that means, I guess it was when you were storing the figures. So you just start again. Okay, so you just press Shift Mode 1. Let's be sure you have memory clear. Quickly do that. Shift Mode 1 equal to.
hold on. Shift Mode 1
equal to.
I have start clear.
Start clear, yes.
Okay, now, is it? Wait, hold on. Is it start clear? Both of you have one should be. You can. It may be memory clear. Just confirm exactly. Is it start clear or memory clear?
It starts clear.
Okay,
start
good.
Clear.
If you have start clear, press mode, then press number 1. Press mode, press number 1, then start again now. Yeah, press Shift Mode 1 equals to. If you have memory clear, let me know.
Shift Mode 1. Yes, memory clear now.
Okay. What about the other person? Do you also have memory clear now?
No, I still have start clear. 1.
Press mode and press number 1 equal to.
I just have 0.
Sorry?
I have nothing.
Memory clear 0, yes.
Once you have mode 1, then start again. Press Shift Mode 1. Let's quickly do it. It's almost 9:30. Shift Mode 1. It will give you memory clear.
Okay, I have a memory clear now.
Very good. So once you have memory clear now, you are going to press mode. But listen, before you press that mode, we want to look out for SD. So if you press mode once, look at it. Is it showing SD? If it's not showing SD, press mode again. The second time, you should have SD. Yeah, press mode. check the screen. If you see SD, you stop there. If you don't see SD, press mode again.
Now,
So you see SD.
comp 1, SD, and reg.
Very good. You are there. What about the other person? Are you also there?
So, camp and complex.
Press again till you see SD.
What?
And
Okay,
reg.
yeah, I can see SD, reg, and base.
Very good. Very good. Stop there. So now that you can see SD, whatever number is under SD, whether it's 1 or 2, press that number. If your SD has 1, press number 1.
My SD has 1.
Press number 1.
My SD has 2.
Press number 2. If SD is 2, press number 2. So next thing now is we want to store these figures. Okay. We want to store this. So can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
So press 4.8, then memory plus. When you press 4.8, you press memory plus, it will show you 1. Is that where you are? Is it showing 1?
Yes, it shows N1. Yes.
Okay, so press 4.2 memory plus. Continue like that till you get to till it will show you 5.
Yes, I have 5 now.
Very good. What about the other woman? The other madam? Let us know when you have 5 as well.
I'm doing the last one now.
Okay.
Don't want to make mistake.
Yeah.
Okay, I have 5 now. N is 5.
Very good. Stop there. So since you have N is 5 now, we are good at that point. All right. So the next thing you are going to do, you will press Shift, then number 2. Press Shift, then press number 2, and tell me what you can see.
I'm seeing mean 1, X on 2, then
Very
N
good.
minus 1, 3.
Very good.
Yes, that's
Then
where I got problem. I
so
got
just stop there.
missing.
Stop there. The second madam, are you also there?
Standard deviation N minus 1, 3.
Sorry?
The same thing.
The same thing, very well. So what we want to do is mean. That's where the first one we are doing. And mean is the X with bar on top. So whether it is 1 or 2 on your calculator, whichever one it is, if it is 1, press that 1. If it is 2, press that 2 and tell me what you have.
5.
Mean is 1.
Press number 1.
Mean is the one that has X and bar, right?
Exactly, yes. So you press that number 1 equal to.
Yes, I got mean as 5.
5. Press equal to.
Okay.
4.16. 4.16.
Yeah, very correct. So the next one is the standard deviation. The next one is the standard deviation. So what we are going to do now is to press Shift and number 2. Just exactly the same thing you just did. Press Shift and number 2 and stop. It's supposed to show you exactly the same thing you saw.
Yes.
Yes.
So can you see SD? What number is under SD?
2.
Okay. So that 2 now, press number 2. Press number equal to.
4.16.
Sorry?
4.16.
4.16.
4.16. Let me check. I think that is what we all got. That is mean. That is mean. You've done mean. Okay, so press shift number 2 now for the standard deviation.
We should press what? Shift.
Shift, the number 2.
2 again?
Yes, press shift and number 2.
Okay.
It's supposed to show you.
We are back to that mean X on and N minus 1.
So you are going to select that one that has X, mu, and something.
Number
That's
3?
supposed to be that. I don't know whether it's 3 or 2, whatever number it is.
2. It's number 2, like sigma and an X over 2.
X, mu, or something, and something. On most calculators is number 2.
Is it the one that has X on?
Sorry, okay, wait. Before you press any, the first one you press, it is X with a bar on top.
Yes, it is. It's the one that have like X O N or something like that. X on. It is.
Yes, X on is 2.
Okay, good. So press 2. Press 2 equal to.
.1224.
0.1224.
We got something slightly different. So I guess you must have made a little bit of typo error along the line. Okay. But for you to still get 0 point something, you have done, I think the steps you followed, you have followed the steps, but in your entering the data, probably you made a little typo error. So what you have just written down, the process, don't worry, you can practice it again. You should get 0.3498. That was what we got in class, and that's what most of us got when we practiced it now. So, and this is what this is what we did in class. It now said that we should go and use our own data. I mean, instead of this 1 to 5, we are going to do 1 to 20. Okay, we are going to do 1 to 20. So if I open what I have here, if you can still see my screen, you will notice that I have 1 to 20, which is what most of us will have. So that means you are not going to start from number 1 all the way down to 20. You will get the mean, just like we did. You will get the standard deviation, just like we did. That will now be for X1. You move to the next one. Okay. So what we have done now, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
This is what we have just used. And this is the example that we did in class. 1 to 5. So it did it for 5 respondents instead of 20. Our questionnaire, we administered our questionnaires for 20 respondents, not 5. This 5 is just to do a quick calculation and get the process, the steps involved in it. So we now said we should now go and use our own spreadsheets.
So that means at the end of the day, all these our 20 respondents will still be getting only one mean, one XD for each of the indicators.
Listen, I will explain it now. So you know that this is our summary now. We have let me say we have 1, 2, 3, 4. You understand? 1, 2, 3, 4 is what we should have as our own summary. So for dependent variables, we have 2 indicators. So that should now be Y1, Y2. For the independent variables, that is X, we'll have X1 here, and we'll have X2. Are we together?
Yes.
Okay, good. So what we are supposed to do now is just like we have done. He said, don't use 5, go and use your own 20. So I will use Y1, 1 to 20, and I will calculate the mean and calculate the standard deviation. So let me just type here. say mean underneath standard deviation. So whatever mean I get for x1, I'll put it here. Let's say 3.7 as an example. Whatever standard deviation, I will put it there. Let's say 0.278 as an example. I will do this for the first indicator. Once I'm done, I will now go to the second one again. I will repeat the same process. Calculate the mean, calculate the standard deviation. So let's assume my mean here is 3.9 and my standard deviation is 0.17. I'll move to the next one again. I'll start all the way 1 to 20, then mean and standard deviation. Next one 1 to 20, mean and standard deviation. That's the assignment he gave us. Is it clear now?
Yeah. Yes, it is clear.
Very, very good.
It's not clear.
It's not clear.
Yes.
Okay, which one is not clear?
The standard deviation, I mean the mean. Are we calculating the number 1 to 20? But what you have done now, you did independent variables separate from dependent variables.
Exactly. So we'll do independent variable. It has one variable. We'll do it to get the mean and standard deviation. We'll do the second independent variable.
Is it for the 5 questions or for the 20 questions for 20? Is it for the whole 20 or for 5? For every indicator. Every indicator is 5, 5.
They said we should do for
the 20.
Yes, sir. 20.
For one respondent.
No, as it is now,
all of them.
We have summarized all the respondents here. We are using the summary. Don't look at the spreadsheet again.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you see the summary that I highlighted?
Yes.
We are using the summary. We are not. Don't go to your spreadsheet again. So from this summary now, you will see that I have one indicator here. I have second indicator here. Can you still see it, sir?
One indicator. Okay, yes. This, are you talking of this Y13, Y21 or what? Because these are dependent variables.
I want to be sure you are seeing my screen. No?
Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at another thing.
Well, can you see my screen
I'm
now, sir?
Yes.
Okay, so under dependent variable, you can see that I have 2 indicators.
Yes, 2 indicators.
So that means one of them will be Y1, the second will be Y2.
Y2, yes.
I have independent variable. I have 2 indicators.
Yes.
One of them will be X1, the other one will be X2.
Yes.
Good. So that means that 5 that we did, the example that we did 1 to 5. So you just use one indicator now, do 1 to 20.
Okay.
You do 1 to 20, you now calculate your mean and standard deviation.
Okay. Understand it.
That is one leg. The second leg, you do 1 to 20, calculate your mean and standard deviation.
Okay.
So that's how you do the 4. That is the assignment that I said we should use the 20 respondents and we should calculate mean and standard deviation for all the indicators. Is it clear now?
It's clear.
Any questions?
I'm okay.
All right. Any other question from anybody? Okay, so should we stop for tonight?
Let's do the back chat now.
Yes.
No,
Let's
please
continue.
stop.
Let's continue, doctor. Please, let's continue.
We are saturated, though. Oh, we are saturated. I think it's
Doctor, I
very
beg.
everything so that we can practice.
Mm.
And then we know that we have gotten it.
Okay, so I feel that the bar charts, seriously, maybe that will be, I don't know how to, maybe we should explain that one in class tomorrow.
Okay.
Maybe we should explain that one in class tomorrow. I don't really know how to really explain it here like that.
Okay, doctor, please, can I want to say clarification? After we did all this now, the next thing is to go to pie chart, Abi.
Yes.
Have you finished everything on
That's
this spreadsheet now? Is there anything we are going to do on this spreadsheet?
No.
After we have find the mean and standard deviation,
we
is there any
will
other thing
calculate the correlation. We will calculate the correlation and the regression, still using this our data.
Can we do that now?
That one.
We can. Okay, we'll quickly go through it. Then I want to share one document now on our group so that can guide us in doing these calculations. It's just what to press on the calculator, just what we have done today. So I've dropped that. So I want us all to open it. We will follow that. Oh, okay, wait. Okay, open it. Let me. There's something that I need to show us. Maybe I will. Let me project it as well.
God bless you, doctor.
Amen.
That's why we found that I'm still.
Amen. Okay, so I'm sharing another document now. It has mean and standard deviation. Can you all see it?
Yes.
Yes,
it's the
sir.
same thing I dropped on the group. So if you let me scroll down, you can see this table now. So that means once we are done, mean standard deviation for x1, x2, y1, y2. It now said we should interpret our answers. Yes. So the interpretation, I will not say I have gotten it very clearly enough, but what he explained is this. What we did, I think we got mean of, what mean did we get?
4.16. 4.16.
4.16. His explanation is that, okay, the average.
I can do the explanation.
Okay, sir. Okay, please go ahead. Thank you, sir.
When you say interpret the answer you got, now he's talking about the relationship. He's talking about the relationship. The relationship could be positive or negative. Then it could be weak or strong. Then he said that anything that is below 0.5 is weak. Then anything that is above is strong. Then when the answer is in negative, there is no relationship. Let me just interpret the last one we did. The one we said was 0.349.
But sir, do you mind if I come in? I'm sorry to interject. Yeah. So if you can still,
correlation now.
If you can see my screen, sir, this is what we are trying to explain. However, we have not gotten to that point yet. That is under correlation.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Very, very sorry, please.
No, it's all right. I mean, we are sharing, we are learning together. So correlation in this case is looking at two, x1 and x2, x1 and y1 is comparing two. That is where we'll now use that analysis that you are talking about, but we'll get there shortly. But for the first one, it's just, we have just looked at them individually, X1, we get the mean and standard. So it's now saying that, like that 4 point something that we got, is saying that it is the mean. You know, mean is like an average.
Yes.
That means an average opinion. The average opinion, that means all those 20 people, when their opinion on X1, averagely, it is about 4 point something. That means to a large extent, they're all like agreeing to what you have said. So what I wrote, it says the average opinion of the respondents on the, you're now going to pick what that indicator is, maybe on education, maybe on displacement, or whatever it is that you have on your own, that the average opinion of people on that particular thing is 4 point something. And on a scale of 1 to 5, if all of them are saying is 4 point, that means they actually agree to a large extent on that your statement. That is my own understanding of it, but we can read that one. Since it's not calculation, I'm sure we'll get an if we see how we should.
Sorry, doctor. Can I ask a question, please?
Yes, sir, please.
Yeah, by the time we get the mean, we're talking about the mean now, if you want to interpret. For example,
yes,
the mean that we get now, according to what we did, is 4.16.
Yes.
Now, it shows that there is a correlation or acceptability.
I see the correlation.
Don't put correlation at all.
There is an acceptability. Don't let me use correlation. There's an acceptability. No, we are not talking about correlation. I'm still asking something about the mean.
But don't say there's correlation. Don't use that correlation.
The language you are using, you should not use that correlation language. That's important.
I'm sorry, ma. I'm sorry, doctor. Hope you understand what I'm asking, sir.
I understand. Okay. So for instance,
according to the interpretation you gave us now, I want to understand that interpretation.
Yes. Okay. So let's still use that displacement and education that we used in class. And let's now say that what we have done the mean and standard deviation for is displacement as an example. And it is 4.1 something. That means you remember that one is strongly disagree, 2
yes,
disagree, 3
yes,
neutral, 4 agree,
while 5 strongly agree.
I will go 4 point something. That means average response of them is that they actually agree with the statement.
Okay.
You understand?
If you now got 3,
if you got 3,
sorry, if you got average of 3 or 3.2, are we saying they are neutral in this?
We cannot clarify all this one from professor, but that is my own understanding. That means they are like average, mean, neutral. If it is 3 point something, maybe most of them are neutral. Then if it is 2 point something, maybe most of them disagree. But
agree, yes.
Like
That's what I want to get. Thank you very much. I really understand.
But like I said, we can clarify all this in class when professor comes tomorrow.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes. So anyway, according to the assignment, they said we should do it for the 4, then we should interpret. So interpretation now, maybe some of us can interpret dreams. They will help us in class. Okay. So we'll go to the next one, which is correlation.
Doc,
this one.
Sorry, Doc. You have not explained the standard deviation. You know, we have just spoken about mean now.
Okay.
Interpret the standard deviation as well.
Okay, so I think for standard deviation, all this interpretation, make I no come give you fake this thing. I'm not too sure about it. Maybe we should ask. Let's ask Prof in class tomorrow. Make I not talk waiting. I'm not too sure. Let's leave it. Let's ask him tomorrow. So this correlation now. Let's just. If you look at the, can you still see my screen?
Hello, Doc.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Is anyone trying to ask question?
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
All right, good.
Please go ahead.
Okay,
Thank
so if you look at this one, like I said, I just typed out the stages, how to follow and to get everything done. And you have also written it out. So for correlation now, I will just explain, because if I say I don't tire small, I will just explain. You can follow it, but like I said, we can still have another class next week to go through it. But this one explains it, so that in case we make any mistake, then when we come next week, we'll continue. But now, quickly, correlation this time around, we are not looking at a single one like we did. Mean and standard deviation, we only consider maybe X, or we consider Y. We only considered one. We did not do two together. So the only difference in this one is the fact that we are now looking at two. Instead of we're looking at X and Y, maybe X1, Y2, or X1 and Y3, or something like that. If you remember, we had education, we had displacement. So this time around, we are considering, and this is when it now says you enter 4.8, comma, memory plus. That's just the only difference in this case. So what we are going to do is the same thing. We are going to say shift mode 1. I'm just explaining based on what I have here on the screen, and that's the same thing I shared with us. So it's just shift mode 1 to clear the memory. Then we'll do the same thing we have done. Mode, we'll press mode twice. Then we'll select reg. The first one, we did not select reg. The first one, we selected SD. So this time around, we are selecting reg. So reg will likely be on number 2, but depending on the calculator, you understand? And also depending on the calculator, maybe you have to press just once instead of twice. But just know that what you want to look out for is this reg. So once you have cleared your memory, press mode. If you cannot see reg as part of the options, press mode again. When you see reg, whatever number is under the reg, whether it is 1 or 2, you press that. Once you press that, it will now still give you additional option. And there you will see lean 1. You see some other things, but it is that lean 1 that we want to use. So you press lean 1, then the next thing is to store the figures. Okay, so just try and follow the explanation. You store the figures. Now in storing the figures, slight difference will occur because you are picking X and Y. So we will now say if X is 4.8, we'll put comma, then Y is 4.4, memory plus. So we are using 2 indicators. We put 4.8 from your X, comma, then 4.4 from your Y, or whatever data you have. You put memory plus, that'll be 1. You go to the next one, 4.2.
Sorry, please, can we use our example that we just finished using to get 4.16? Can we use it to go through this lead thing so that we have a better understanding?
My challenge is I cannot open to. Okay, I can. If I open, I can't open to.
So just open that indicator that we use. We will get it from there.
Okay,
that's what
good.
I think Madam just said.
Okay,
yes.
Okay, so I should share. Okay, I will share the screen showing
displacement and education.
Okay. Okay, good. So can you see displacement and education now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so now, first one, we only use this displacement. So the only difference now is when we want to enter data, we'll press 4.8, comma 4.4 memory plus.
Okay.
Then we move to the next one, we'll press 4.2, comma 4.2 memory plus. That's how we'll continue.
Can you quickly just please give me the answer?
Sorry, what did you say?
Can you just quickly run through it and give you the answer?
I don't tire.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
Let me just explain. Just follow the explanation. I'm sure you'll be able to get it. But like I said, we will start from correlation in the next one we are having. But I'm just explaining.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
we'll start with correlation next class, Abby.
We'll start with correlation.
Okay,
I'm just
at least this is better then. We can leave. I hope this is better. Don't let
I'm
us
just
stress you because you have tried a lot for us.
let me just
Thank you very much.
explain so that on your own you can practice before the next class. But next class will start.
Without taking TV, taking anything.
I think. What did you say, Chief? I didn't hear what Chief said though.
Under the time.
Okay. So like I said, you just put 4.8, 4.4 memory plus. If you look at it on that document I shared, it will explain it. Next thing, you put 4.2, 4.2 memory plus. You move to the next one, 3.8, 3.8 memory plus, 4.1, 3.6. Till you get to 5, it will show 5, just like the other one that we did. It will show 5. So once you get to 5, then we now want to calculate correlation. If you look at the one document I shared. So the next thing is to press Shift and 2, just like we did earlier. You press Shift and 2, just like we did earlier. At this point now, the next thing is we are looking for that arrow. If you remember, Professor Latoji said, the arrow pointing to the right, that you press it twice. You press the arrow,
That's
1,
center.
2. The right arrow to the right, not the center. You press the arrow to the right, pointing to the right.
Yes.
You press it 1, 2. Once you press it twice, you will see it will show A, B, R. It will show you A, B, R. So to calculate the correlation, we are selecting 3. 3 is, that R is the correlation coefficient. Number 3, R. So you just select 3 equal to, you get your correlation. I'm just explaining. We'll take the calculation the next class. So just press 3 equal to, you get your correlation. Shikena.
0.379.
Sir? Ma?
0.379.
Maybe.
Is that what we got in
correlation.
class?
I'm not sure. Correlation should be 0 point something.
0.379.
So you are, if it's not correct, you're around the corner. So go can still go at that point. Go anyhow.
Anyhow.
So that is just it. So that's just the correlation. So at this point, interpreting it is what my colleague was now explaining the other time. Interpreting the correlation. The correlation can either be, the answer can be negative or it can be positive. So he now said positive or negative, both of them can be weak or strong. Whether positive or negative, both of them can be weak or strong. So from 0.1 to 0.4, he said it's weak correlation. Then from 0.5 to 1 is strong correlation. So according to what Madam just gave, he said it's 0. Did you say 0.3? Or what answer did you get?
0.3.
0.3795.
Answer 0.3 is a positive but weak, is a weak positive correlation. Okay, is a weak positive correlation. I think your answer was minus, let's say 0.8, for instance. That is a strong negative correlation. So, any question so that we'll we'll stop at this point tonight.
I've done
Any
well.
question?
Don't know
Thank
if
you,
you
Sheila.
can.
You go and
If
try
you
and answer
can,
what you just told
if you
us.
can tell us how to get to that correlation distance from the calculator.
It's already in that thing you sent to our platform now. Follow it on the
That's
platform.
what I
That
just
document that you shared with us, that's what is on it.
Yeah, our lecture.
So let's just do it so that tomorrow in class we can now share, compare it and see where we got to.
Okay.
All right. So thank you everyone for your time.